I'm Trevor Doerksen. I'm the CEO of MoboVivo, and Chung Huang is going to show you something that I guess all the girls are craving, these iPhones. I don't have one, so I wouldn't know, but King tells me this is true. And the iPhone relates to what MoboVivo is doing. We've been licensing and distributing television programs for, I guess, a little over a year now. And continue to build the catalog and increase sales and that sort of thing, and do the sorts of things that one needs to do to make, a startup into a real business. So that's what MoboVivo has been doing. We do this, we sell these TV shows online, and we sell them for a number of different devices. In fact, we like to say we're device agnostic, and but it's kind of whatever cool device King has next. So far it's the iPod, the iPhone, and his computer, and anybody who has common kind of equipment. But we target PSPs and other devices as well. And I don't think we're going to show you much about MoboVivo other than some of the stuff that we've been doing with the iPhone and how that fits into that idea of being device agnostic. To my dismay, we had to do extra work to get things to work on Apple's other iPods than what was necessary to do it on the iPod. So anyway, King will show you some of the stuff that we've been doing for the iPhone. And he looks familiar and famous. He was on TV just the other night, actually, talking about the hack, the iPhone hack. But he isn't the guy who did it, right? Because I understand they want to arrest him or something.
And I didn't get a free car out of it either. Anyway, so my name is Chung Huang. I kind of do some of the tech-y related stuff for MoboVivo. I'm also an employee at the University of Calgary. So anyways, MoboVivo, this is our website, and the story behind it was actually built a little over a year ago. And so anyways, with the iPhone, what we're trying to do is build a new version. Build a new version of the store that's optimized for the iPhone, and also we're also working on getting our content. Although the iPod style content plays on the iPhone has limited amounts of storage space, 48 gigabytes. So we're optimizing some of our content for the iPhone, so it plays, you can squeeze as much of it on the iPhone as possible and play it on there. So now if I stand on the camera, I think it should work. Should put the focus. So I don't have the fancy cable of Steve Jobs. Okay, so actually what I'll do first is go to MoboVivo. Assume Wi-Fi works. So the iPhone has a full web browser, so basically I could visit MoboVivo.com right now and navigate through it. For example, we can zoom in on list here and see what the camera saying. Everything does work, and you can go through the store. But what a lot of people have been doing lately, or at least some sites like Facebook and some other sites, they've produced iPhone-specific version of a site that's optimized for the physical size of the iPhone. So I'm just going to show you a quick demo of something that we're doing in that area. So, obviously this is not a public site.
We have huge ambition.
So like most kind of iPhone optimized sites right now, we're doing all the little tricks to make sure that that you have to do a minimal amount of vertical kind of scaling in order to browse through the site. There's little tricks in the iPhone where you can scroll by a certain amount to hide that scroll bar, that address bar at the top and so forth. And so we're having a hit playlist.
No.
That would be a blue screen.
You see a popular theme today.
Yeah. You got it.
Okay, so the empty home screen. Anyway, so we can hit playlists and see. So this is a new version of the site that's actually, it has a bunch of features on it's not on the public site right now. So I've made a pre-made playlist here, and it's done in a kind of iPhone style. So so you can, I don't have enough items to scroll, but you can flip through these items. So if I had more items, you can flip through it. You can see, here's all the items in my playlist, programs, and it's something called health. And everything's formatted for the iPhone, so 320 pixels wide and so forth, and hit play. And now this will actually play an iPhone formatted version of the file. That will play full screen on iPhone. And it's a full episode, it's an hour long, and it's set so that you can jump through to like 20 minutes into the episode, 26 minutes into the episode, play sound. And this is streaming live off of our web server right now.
And through the Wi-Fi here in this room,
right? Yeah. So with the properly formatted file, you can watch video live over the internet on the iPhone. Assuming you can afford a data charge that Rogers will charge you, which is a lot. So yeah, so like that stuff. And of course. You can't do it through this web form right now, but you can actually purchase these files for download for your iPod or iPhone or whatever from our main website right now. So once you do that, then you have it in iTunes. Pick it up with your iPod or your iPhone, and what it looks like that. So it's once again it's full screen, optimized for your iPod or the iPhone, I mean. And you can do all the same thing that you can do live over the web. That's actually basically it. The iPhone version of the site is quite rough in the moment. Not quite done, but that's what we're working on. So I believe I'm under 10 minutes. Q&A. Yeah.
Don't take this the wrong way. I'm trying to think of the right way to ask this question. The way that you guys built this, are you guys targeting? You guys are targeting common just web technologies. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. Are there limitations to what you guys are trying to do with Apple's decision to not allow custom app development on the iPhone itself? Like, is there something? Would you like to go beyond what you guys have right now currently?
Well, talking about the iPhone specifically, obviously there's so Apple doesn't allow custom applications, and so that means what does come to the iPhone is of course a custom app for YouTube right here, and of course it would be nice to be able to do custom app for your iPhone. Now, where or not we would actually want to do that, I don't actually know, because the advantage of doing it with the web is that anybody can access it versus somebody having to download just an application, having it installed on your iPhone and so forth. And just because Apple doesn't allow doesn't mean it's not possible. I actually do have a couple of custom apps on here. That's just a game. So it's just really completely possible to do that. I have no place.
I guess my question is, like, you guys are building something out. You haven't faced any limitations yet. Are you anticipating any limitations to what you guys are trying to do?
Yeah, I think one challenge that we've always had is trying to figure out how to best get the content from the website to the devices like PSP, iPod, and the iPhone. Because what Apple has, with iTunes and their whole integration is that you click download in iTunes Music Store and immediately it's in your iTunes library, it syncs up, and everything's easy, right? Yeah. And that's I think it's kind of true for anybody that's trying to sell content for these devices. That we have to educate our customers, say that extra stuff that after you download, you got to import your iTunes library, you got to import your device. So that's just a challenge.
Apple hasn't changed all the rules with. The telcos. It's always been hard to get on deck. So YouTube can get on deck. Not a surprise. But how you get on a telco's the main display of a cell phone.
I can very easily. With this guy, absolutely. No, I'm biased. I'm running Windows software. I'm just curious. I'm not asking to start. I'm not trying to flame or anything, but I'm just asking out of curiosity as a developer. That's all. So. That's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, unlocking it, I think, just to maybe take one step further, you just mentioned that you could put application stuff on your device. I mean, it seems to me that has a lot to do with the cell phone carriers here in North America more than the devices themselves, because of the whole carrier locking, and features and whatnot.
All right, perfect. I can do it on this. No problem. This is from Bell too, so.
Any other questions? Yep.
This is a question about content that you guys have on your site. I know a lot of people who are trying to, talk about me, for example, who are trying to put content that's built for television distribution onto the web. Personally, I've come along a lot of contract issues where there's specific markets for content. Would you like to speak to that? I mean, have you guys ever had to kind of say, we can't distribute that content because on like iTunes, I don't think you guys have country-specific distribution models, right? You guys have like an international distribution model.
Right. I mean, charging.
Yeah, maybe I should. I spend all my time with the licensing. No, we almost never say no to anybody actually, but they say no to us sometimes. In fact, very often they might say everywhere but here because we've made it appeal.
Right.
So yes, there's contract issues that from music in a site in a piece of content that ties it for being distributed by anybody, no matter how deep their pockets are. Is that business model going to make us enough money to make it worthwhile to rip that music out? And that's just one example of one issue that can be cut two different ways. So licensing is such that our approach is a non-exclusive approach. And one of the things I like to say, because it still continues to be true, it could change quite rapidly, is Google sells TV shows online, Apple has to sell TV shows in the U.S. online. We have more international rights than either of those two companies combined. That sounds a bit egotistical, and it is. The reason I say it is because we've asked for it. To date, there has been a lot of activity doing that. So yeah, rights issues are nuts and crazy, and we deal with them every day.
Are you guys generating revenues right now from this?
Yeah.
And from selling advertising?
No, it's a paid download model. We would get less rights to less stuff if we did an advertising supported model, because we went to the broadcasters and said, you're not selling enough advertising, we'd like to sell some of that. That was threatening to them. So we said, you're not selling enough paid downloads. And they said, you're right, and we don't care. But we do care about our advertising relationships, so we didn't threaten those advertising relationships in the beginning. And so as we continue to look at, so the iPhone doesn't really allow us to download directly on the iPhone. So what we were able to do recently is say, well, do you mind if we put some of your full TV shows online? We might support it with some ads. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So it's a bit of a nail soup approach. We start boiling the nail, we've added some salt and pepper, and we go back and ask for some potatoes and vegetables, and we're getting a bit of traction to support other business models.
Gentleman at the back has a question.
Nothing proprietary. Well, I don't know.
Nothing proprietary. It's necessarily for the iPod and iPhone. So just a tool that can do baseline profiles in type 4 or 10 and multiple response.
Thanks a lot, King and
How can I help? How can we help?
How can you help?
what do you want from us?
Can you get it?
Have more Apple shares than MoboVivo shares.
Come on.
Well, it's a great question. Clearly we're hungry for content, and we like the energy that we've seen. This is our second demo camp. We like that it's getting bigger. We continue to have different needs. There's devices that we just can't target because, in a sense, we don't care that much about BlackBerries. It seems to be a pain. But if somebody else cares and they want to deal with it, then great. I mean, I talked to Rim, I know all the issues, and I don't want to deal with them. So if there's somebody that has energy, that is willing to deal with some of the other devices and other kinds of customers, that'd be great.
All right.
Great.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot.